There we go. Hello, people of the YouTube. I'm in the forest again. I was gonna do a Digimon zombie video, but then I changed my mind for something else. So, this is Area 51 versus SCP. Don't know what that is, look it up. But let's get down to it, man. For this video, we're just gonna imagine, for shits and giggles, the SCP exists. Okay. Now, which one, like, if you was a soldier or a scientist, which one would you rather look at? Well, not look at. We'll go with look at right now. Well, there's Area 51, where they keep the ignorance and the fine sausages. The ignorance are most likely dead. You get to see how the new weapons get built before they're built. See them trying to mix the DNA of the ignorant humans. Maybe succeeding, maybe failing. But on the other side, you get the SCP. You deal with supernatural shit, man. Like, what kind of supernatural shit? Well, for one, there's like this doctor. Like, he looks like a doctor from the 1600s. But the shit it looks like clothes is his skin. Don't touch him, don't let him touch you. Death right away. For an upside, I go with Area 51. Yeah, for a downside, gotta go with the SCP. Now, imagine if both of these places, like existed in the real world, man, and the SCP existed first. Like, they had no ways to destroy the objects and the crystals they hold prisoner. And two, well, one, two, they had extraterrestrial weapons they was building. Well, the fine saucers crashed in Area 51, 1947. This ain't bad. Before. Now, would I rather be visited by an alien or something from the other place? The aliens might be peaceful, so I'll go with the aliens, man. And plus, what if it's like some not Area 51. I would say, what if it was like some X-Files shit, man? It never made sense to me on how the creatures never thought they work together against the extraterrestrials. Because they're not there just to feed on the humans. They're there to feed on anything that lives on planet Earth. That includes the vampires, the werewolves. I guess the ghosts don't have nothing to worry about. Like, you can't feed on me. I'm a ghost, so I have nothing to worry about. But all those other supernatural creatures out of X-Files, they had something to worry about. Unless they was created by the ignorance as a science experiment, then I guess they have some immunity. They won't touch them. And the same for the supernatural creatures. They won't touch the ignorance. Now, which is more dangerous if something got into the wrong hands. Someone finally found a way to create a doomsday weapon from the flying saucer. Cause easy if you say the extraterrestrial was peaceful and there was no weapons. I'm pretty sure you can find a way with the technology it has on it, you can make something into a weapon, and it'll be more dangerous than anything a human could ever come up with without the flying saucer. So, yeah. Oh, one of the creatures escaping from the SCP. Well, some of the creatures don't sound that dangerous. Like the mask. There's this mask, man. It screws out some kind of real liquid. It destroys everything but the mask. And it makes people want to wear it. It's not too dangerous. So far, the super weapon sounds more dangerous than that. But then, there's the old man. An old man? That don't sound dangerous. No, not at first, because, old man. But then you find out, if he wants to catch you, there's no hiding from him. You can hide by a cave that's like real thick metal. He'll just face to it like Kitty from X-Files. I mean X-Men. He will make you decayed and start growing old while he starts going young. But the progress only lasts until you die. Then he's back to decaying once again. Well, that sounds pretty dangerous, I tell. And there's more creatures like that, like the plague doctor, like I was saying. He wants to make plagues. Then there's a teddy bear. Sounds harmless. Teddy bear, man. It acts like a child. It only acts like that to make you seem like there's nothing dangerous about it. Once it's done doing what it's doing, it's going to multiply. Create more and more of it. Until you're, well, surrounded by it. So, I don't know, this is a real close one. It's going to be dangerous. At least with the super weapon, you can take it away from the person. But with the creatures, you couldn't just like, I don't know. But if the creatures did exist, they had to get them in the base somehow. Like the one, well, it don't like to be looked at. It don't like being looked at. How did he catch that one? They put a bag over his face where no one can look at it, and then it just kind of sit there and did nothing. After they was firing with crazy machine guns and tanks, and it was ripping the tanks like it was paper. And it just kind of gave up as soon as someone put a plastic bag over it. Like, oh, can't see my face. I want to just sit there. So, yeah, that was something. So, I gotta go with the SCP, especially with the scope show. It's like some shit from Doctor Who. Blank, it moves. Look away, it moves. Maybe they watched some Doctor Who and thought of the sculpture. Or maybe people who make Doctor Who is like, hey, that sounds like a good idea for a villain for the Doctor to fight. Well, this is all I can really think about talking about the two subjects. I might create a part 2 to this one. I don't know. Probably won't be anytime soon, so peace to all supernatural creatures if you exist. And also, goodbye, extraterrestrials.